Welcome, everybody, YouTube and anywhere else you may be watching, here for another episode of the Up and Up, Unique People in Unique Places. Now, we all know health is wealth. So today I have for y'all a good friend of mine, Tara Mitchner, who has a cafe offering all type of healthy and nutritional options and services and products that learn a little bit about. And maybe if you're interested in nutrition in any way, pick up a couple tips to get you in your nutritional business journey. So welcome, Tara.
Thanks for having me.
Want to get started and tell us a little bit about yourself, what you do,
Okay.
and your journey to getting to this point.
Okay. Well, so my name is Tara, and as far as background, basically my background, I started as, and I currently work as a registered nurse. So I think that's a lot what started my path into this field. But so I've been in the nursing field over 15 years, and then we've been doing business for about the last 3 or 4. We've been working on business. So that's the end of the journey, kind of.
Okay. So with I guess nursing, you see a lot of people in different conditions, different stages of life. Did that kind of put into your head of the seriousness of nutrition?
Well, when I saw the opportunity, I was like, well, this is just another way to help people. Like, I give medicines in the hospitals or on the outside, but, food is medicine also. So I said, you can reach people in a different way. You need your doctors for what you need them for, but you also need to start with your gut health, your diet, which if people think about it, it can help a lot of ways if you have a good diet.
Yeah, that's a fact. I'm big in like working out and eating right, and I was the most bachelorist eating junk food, fast food all through college. And it wasn't until, you get a little older, your body starts working differently or not as great as it did when you were younger, and you realize that you got to do to maintain, or if you want a long life, it starts with your diet. And it's funny because the term "you are what you eat" resonates to me in so many different ways, because it's both physical, like if you eat trash food, your body will showcase it, but also mental and spiritually, what you consume also reflects. So that actually makes a lot of sense. And I'm sure I got a family full of nurses, but I'm sure if you're close to different people in different condition, it can definitely showcase how serious it is. So what was your first, I guess, start or idea that made you say, I want to get a cafe going and offer stuff?
Well, I guess to rewind some of it, I knew, like, as my children got older, I knew that I wanted to do business, but I wanted a business that my children could also partake in, that we could run it together and they can learn and see how to do business. Even if it wasn't like their dream business, they're getting the basis of business. Yeah. So that was one way that started me on that path. And so then when it all came together, okay, this is a healthy way. I think it went well with the nursing, and it was also a place that the children could work. So you still hear you teaching people, you're helping people, but you're also teaching and helping your children. So it just all kind of went together.
That's dope. So family is big.
Family is big. Yes, yes. Family business that's a whole nother story for a whole nother day. But yes, that's important.
Yeah, and that's dope. Yeah, teaching them young, getting them started, because a lot of times business looks very glamorous from the outside looking in. Just looks like you create an idea and then set it up and then go to your vacations. That's what people think.
And it's not so.
And I mean, it's day to day, and the sooner. And sometimes it can be discouraging, and people, or not even discouraging, but you start it, and some people might realize that they're better off working, which is not bad, but having a job. But it's good to get people inside and getting a real inside scoop on what it takes owning and operating a business. So I commend you for that. Sure. said, okay, I want to do a cafe and offer the different products and services?
Well, I think well, the area that I'm in, that I think it went well with the area. It gives people another option than just hot chicken or something. Nothing wrong with the hot chicken if you eat the hot
At
chicken. But
all.
anyway, it gives people
I
a
love it.
different option. Yeah. Hey, let me get a salad, a quick salad today, or let me drink my vegetables today instead of eating them. So it just gives people a different way to get in some healthy options and a quick option too.
Nice. So with being around it and doing it for so long, could you give some people a couple of tips
Okay.
of maybe some stuff that they can add to their diet that that's in your everyday grocery stores
Yeah.
that can easily add and offer so many benefits?
Okay. I think one major thing that comes to mind first, well, you have to be consistent with doing it.
Of
That
course,
helps.
consistency.
Consistency is key, but like ginger root has
Love
so
ginger.
many benefits.
I
I mean,
love
headache,
ginger.
nausea, gut health. So you can do ginger, you can juice it, you can blend it, but you can do a ginger tea. That may be a quick way. Or I've done just ginger water. I'll boil it and make it and just drink off of it. It can have weight loss benefits. Ginger is one, and kale is also a superfood. And you can do that a lot of ways. Again, juice it, saute it, blend it. So those are two just major superfoods that help. I guess another big one that I think about is beetroot. That helps with like high blood pressure. And if you look at beet when you juice it, it's the color and similarity of our blood, and it just helps kind of detox our blood, and it's a good one.
How did you come across this information?
I would say some of it we get when we're doing nutrition classes or when we're working in the hospital as a nurse.
That's cool.
Just as you work with it more and more, you research it more. You research it beforehand. Because I actually, did juice and smoothies at home and salads at home all the time. But the more you work with it, you just learn more about it.
So let's say when it comes to nutrition and doing any type of nutritional business, is it something, from your experience, is it something that requires a college degree, or is it something that's more, if you got the knowledge, you can
That's a good question. I think a college degree would help with most anything, but I think real life experience is just as important. So as long as you're doing your own true and tested research, I think that's where you start. Even if you don't go the college route, you just have to do your own research on anything. And that's the front of the business, the behind the business, all of that for nutrition or whatever business you choose.
And do you just have a storefront, or do you offer other services?
Well, thanks for asking. So we have a brick and mortar, 555 Church Street, Nashville, Tennessee. But we do events. We've done catering events or on-site events, and also in our storefront, we're in the process of offering other vendors. And one of my first vendors in the store will be it's a healthy skincare line, so that goes in line with everything, and that's called Miriam B Skincare. It's handmade, locally made, and it's good product.
Let's talk about some of the pros and cons of business. So you've been doing your own thing about 3 years plus. What's some of the good parts and what's some of the bads?
Okay, so I would say one of the good things that I think about is like for personal success, when you sit back and really think about like, whoa, I accomplished this, something that other people have tried, or that it's not an easy accomplishment, period. Like if you take the time to think and look back, which a lot of times we don't, it's major. But what's so important to me, I know I talk about my kids all the time, but letting my children see what we're doing, and when they say, oh, Mom, I like doing this, or we did this, making my children proud or my family proud. That's important things to me, and I like meeting people. I like meeting good people. I like the customers. So that's good parts.
And you're in the heart of downtown. I'm sure you'll come across some people down here.
We do.
And some funny situations, maybe too. Somebody waking up from a hangover
all the
something
time.
coming up. What about the not so good?
Okay. Now,
What's
how long is this episode? 'Cause I got some stuff. I got some stuff. I'm gonna write a book.
give us some essentials when it's like,
Okay.
if you're wanting to go into business for yourself, what's maybe give us two things,
Two major
things to look out for and make sure
Yes.
you handle.
Yes, sir. So these look, I went through it. I don't want you to go through it.
Hove did that.
The first major thing is your contracts. Do not go at it alone. You have to pay for the professional to review it. You have to pay for the professional to revise it, because most contracts are going to benefit the other person. Go look out for themselves regardless. So you got to pay for the professional unless that's your expertise. So pay for the professional. And the second one, along with the professional, your research. You can't do enough research in your profession or who you're going into business with. Ask people around you. It's just, you can't ask enough questions. You can't.
And I'll piggyback off what she's saying. And what she mentioned first is essentially, you got to pay for play when you want to do business. This is why I tell people, when you're starting a business, do not quit your job, because you are going to have so many unexpected expenses, and you want to be prepared for the unexpected ones, but also you want to be able to do the necessary stuff and not have to cut corners here and there trying to save money. So whenever people are giving you contracts, you want to have a lawyer and people who can look over it to advise you on it if you're not versed in the lingo, which a lot of times when you're starting a business, you're not, unless you're the one creating the contract to give to someone else. And there's all type of stuff. We all know and hear about taxes, but it's just stuff that you won't think about, memberships to stuff, certain services that your business might need for processing credit cards or advertisement, just all type of stuff. So make sure if you're going into business that you, until you are, well, I would say your expenses are covered for about a year, maybe two. And I mean, your business and living expenses are covered for about 2 years. I would keep your job. But that's a major thing that a lot of people underestimate is the money behind starting a business. And they say it all the time. Most businesses don't get profitable until the third year. And that's from a lot of this stuff. So,
and I want to say, like, people shouldn't feel bad about having to keep their job. You still got to live. You still got to maintain. And that's just the way it is sometimes.
Don't get caught up in the hype of saying, I quit my job and I started a business. And it's cool if you do that too. There's nothing, but you could save yourself a lot of stress and headaches. And sometimes that stress that's self-inflicted from going that route and quitting your job and struggling to make ends meet can cause you to not succeed in your business because it's too stressful. So always consider that. The second one you mentioned was research.
Ask some questions.
In any profession, even as a profession, as a job, but really, and it's funny coming from me because I'm a lazy person who tries to do the minimalist, but I learned the hard way that you have to be the authority of your position. So if you're in any industry, IT, real estate, nutrition, travel, you have to constantly be consuming yourself with information on that industry, that you're offering the latest and greatest info, that you're not offering bad practices or advice or anything because new studies came out to show this and that. So those are two big things that wanted to touch on. So that was good stuff. So where do you want to take it? How far do you want to go with it? Is this something that you're just trying out, or is this something that you want to take to have products in Whole Foods that you like?
Well, I'm in it to win it. I definitely see myself and, my business people, my children. having different locations, but I
Nice.
also want to be able to help show other people how to do it and avoid some
Mhm.
mistakes. So I feel like that picture changes often depending on what we're going on and
Yeah.
where I see it,
Yeah.
but I want to get this up and running
Yeah.
and, step to the next thing.
Nice.
Yeah.
So somebody is out there watching you. They're like, I had the same idea. I want to do exactly what she's doing.
Mm-hmm.
You got two types. One, you have one who would have patience and go through the complete business route of saving up, putting money towards opening a retail storefront and doing the same thing. But you have people who say, I'm also in a bind and I'm tired of working and I need to make some money now. I got all this information that could do some of the same stuff you do. What's some little things that I can do to get some money to make maybe start a business
to get started? On top of what we already mentioned, you can start small. It doesn't have to be the brick and mortar.
Yeah.
You people start from their homes and make multi-million-dollar businesses. Perfect example is the Cupcake Collection. I always appreciate her story. She started at home. She started small, and then it just grew from there. So you love that place. Look, health and nutrition.
Yeah.
But anyway, so you can start small. You can start your local markets, your local farmer markets, vending events, pop-up shops, join the Facebook groups and just see where you can start offering whatever service you decide to do.
Yeah, she just mentioned the gym there, and that's Facebook groups. That's actually how we connected, but you'd be surprised of how many people. We're at a crazy time in this world where people are loving to support local and small businesses, but you got to come right because they also will critique you and won't be able to start, or you'll finish before you get started. But if you post online what you got going on, all you need is one customer at a time. One customer, you got a good product, will spread it to other ones and you'll have more and more. But Facebook is an underrated marketplace of getting your products and services out. So don't underestimate and think that it's just a social media platform. It's a great networking and e-commerce place. But yeah, so there you have it. If you want to get started, you can do your research. Most importantly, make sure your products are in line. You can start a brick and mortar if you can afford to go that route. Make sure you have a good location. You're in the heart of downtown, so that was a smart move in itself. It not only it fits the area, but you have so many people who walk around that you get customers just from passing. We're shooing away customers right now as we speak. If you want to get started, you can sell stuff out of your house. Make sure you have legit.
Yeah, do it
stuff.
correctly.
Do it correctly.
Be clean. Please be clean. And health conscious and all that.
Someone will sue you too.
And permits. You still get permits and set up your business the correct way from home too.
And that comes with research. And you can get started and start, serving your community and helping us get healthier.
Yeah.
So anybody who wants to get in contact with you, how can they find you?
Okay. So, of course, you can come see me at the store. Just visit. Come try something out. Our store is at 555 Church Street, Nashville, Tennessee, 37219. Our phone number is 615-835-3249. And we are in the process of revamping our social media, but it will be under the Alchemy Cafe. And, of course, reach me there. And my regular social media is Mitchner Tara. I'm always open to questions or how I can help. I want us to get it and get it together. It's maybe the better and easier way. So I'm open.
Thank you very much for your time. Thank y'all for watching another episode of Up and Up. We get y'all in touch with unique people in unique places. Until next time, see ya.
Be great.